How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So, I'm in the tractor and we're going to start the 30-inch saw of death. Today we're going to be working on a piece of ash, and here it is. I wanted to cut the pith out because it's better without the pith. It won't split quite so easily. And that tractor saw makes light work of it. That's got tungsten carbide bits on the end of those saw teeth. And here we are on the lathe. Now, this piece of ash is about 10 inches corner to corner. So no messing about, straight in at 1400 RPM, and we're going to get it into round as quickly as possible. Now, you've seen the thumbnail, you know what this piece is called. Now, I don't do politics on YouTube, for obvious reasons. This goes out worldwide, and many people in the world have different political views about, well, but just about everything, really. But suffice to say that I was quite angry this morning at something that was going on, and this piece is a response to that anger. It is fueled by anger. I'm trying to make an angry looking bowl. That's what I'm trying to do. So I want it to look angry, but I also want it to look beautiful at the same time. So you'll have to let me know if you think I've pulled that off at the end of the video. And that's all I'm going to say on the topic. So we're approaching round, just chasing a few flat spots on the top edge of the bowl. Nice dry piece of ash. A little bit grabby out there where the flat spots are, but that's to be expected. I thought about putting a recurve into that top, and then I decided not to. So you can see I've still got a little bit of bark on the bottom and a flat spot on the top, so we just got to chase them away and we'll be almost at final shape. We were talking about the big gouge the other day, and why do I like the big gouge? And I find it's very controllable. You've got such a massive lever that you can really set the angle of cut. If you've got a small gouge, then your control of that angle is, well, less. So I can make fine adjustments with the big lever. I'm not saying it's not possible with a small gouge, of course it is, but for a beginner like me, it's easier with the big gouge. So we're on to mortise number 1. And there was a little bit of bark on the bottom here, and I've already made the mortise too big, so that's not very good. And also I put too much angle on the inside of the mortise, and I made it too deep. So sanding up to 320 grit on this one. There is no need to go any further. I'm not filling any cracks. I want those cracks visible on the outside of the piece, and the reason for that will become obvious a bit later on. So on goes the sanding paste and the shine juice. And if you look at that mortise, you can see I've really messed that one up. But I thought, well, let's give it a go. You never know. Stranger things have happened. It might hold on. Uh-oh. Okay, that's what happens when you mess your mortise up, folks. So, it's time to chop it off and make a new one that's actually fit for purpose. A little bit annoying, but that's what happens when you turn angry. You make mistakes. Alright, let's do it properly this time. Mortise number 2. You can see where the original one was, and it's about almost 10 mil if you take both sides too big. That's better. And there was a little line left there, and rather than trying to sand it out, I decided to make a little accent line just with the corner of the skew, just for fun. So, on goes the sanding paste and the shine juice, and we're ready to turn it round for the second time. So, that mortise is now over half the size, but it's the right width. So my jaws have a much stronger grip on it. Now let's see if we can get away with the hollowing this time. This was a really nice piece of wood, it's got to be said. There were no bark inclusions, no knots in it, so the hollowing was almost a pleasure. I was able to get some really nice sweeping cuts with the 40/40 bolt gouge. Taking quite wide passes through there, probably 6 or 7 millimeters each pass. Just following the bevel round as far as I can. So it's a bit of an exercise in self-control, turning when you're angry. I can't be angry at the wood, that's what you need to remember. Because it won't thank you for that, and it will bite you. Yeah, that transition with the 40/40 bowl gouge is not the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, do it in stages. One of those cracks almost goes right the way through the piece, so I have to be a little bit careful, otherwise we're going to have an explosion. I wanted to get the whole piece down to about 1/2 inch thickness. Some nice ribbons coming out, which is always nice to see. And then one last pass across the bottom, and we are at final depth. And there it is. That is the hollowing complete. So, out comes the colour. Now this red is this is just pure red. I haven't dyed this cut. I haven't changed the colour with any other colour. This is how it comes out the packet. And when it's in its wet form like that, it's almost blood red, which is exactly what I was going for with this one. But you can see when it's thin, it's got a slightly pinky edge to it. And when you clean it, or dry it off, it is a little bit pink. And I didn't want a pink bowl. So let me show you what I did to rectify that. Out comes the Lichtenberg machine. And we're at 2000 volts today, which is its minimum setting. Still pretty aggressive on its minimum setting. Right, so what we've got there now is lots and lots of charcoal in the middle of the bowl, and I didn't sand that out before I went to this stage. So I just got the toothbrush and cleaned it out a bit, and then I rubbed that charcoal into the grain of the wood, which gave me obviously a darker tint to the red, so it was a bit less pinky. I had to refinish the outside where some of the finish came through the cracks in the wood, but that's fine. And so that is finished. There it is, folks. One blood red toxic heart bowl. Is it art? Yes, I think it is art. It's not a functional piece. Your soup will go straight through the cracks in that piece of wood. So there you go. A nice quick project today. No messing about. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. And yeah, hit the old subscribe button and the like button and all that good stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Cheers, folks.